If you have lost any interest to your life and life starts to feel meaningless, this video is exactly for you. Hi everyone, my name is Daria and welcome to my channel. And today we're going to talk about the topic that most of us face with when we start to feel that life is meaningless and there is no point to live this life, there is no point to create anything and even to exist. I was in that situation for many years, and to be honest, I feel that I was born with lack of interest to life. I was more interested in topics such as consciousness, such as spirituality, such as human development, but I was not interested in material reality and even improving my life in material reality, because for me it was meaningless at all. So if you may struggle right now creating the life you want, or you feel that the only important thing here is your spiritual development, your soul, and your connection with your soul, you need to completely change your perception of life, because spirituality and our spiritual development is important, it is essential for our growth. But when we don't place our focus on our material reality, on the life we create in our, human being life, it may drastically increase the quality of your life. And it is very hard to be happy, to feel freedom, to experience real freedom without having money, without having a good health, without having a good relationships, and even without having your basic needs met. How I see it is that when a person starts to focus a lot on spiritual development and don't even care about material development, it may lead to a lot of problems with your mental state and with your reality creation as well, because we have our soul and our ego. It is very important for us to grow not only spiritually but also like a human being. To grow your personality as well. It is also about learn how to make money. It is also about not only the basic human oriented view on money. I'm more talking about creating money with your consciousness. You can also call it to learn how to manifest money. So as I mentioned, I was born in a very not healthy, especially mentally, family. I had a lot of problems with my family. We struggled financially, and I was born in a very poor conditions, not in the best country in the world. That's actually helped me a lot to improve myself, to work on changing my mindset, and to learn how can I manifest the life that I experience right now. But anyway, I felt that I had no interest in living my life, in opening my eyes in the mornings and to live and to experience that life. And most of the time when we are not happy with the reality we experience, that we actually created, we may feel that we lost any interest to our life. So you may ask yourself, if I feel this right now, that I'm not interested in my life, did it happen because I'm not satisfied with the results I have right now? Or maybe I see that my goals, I won't achieve them, and I more believe that it's impossible for me. Because in my experience, that's exactly what I felt. I felt that the life I have right now, it will be forever for me. I will be stuck in these conditions for the end of my life, and that is why I feel a lot of, it was kind of depression, and at the same time meaningless, because I thought, well, I have all these dreams, I want to improve my life, I want to be the best version, the higher version of myself, but at the same time I feel and I more believe that it's impossible for me, that I will never achieve what I want. So what's the point of living this life? And at that point, any interest, any desire to create, to manifest things I wanted was not working for me, because again, I felt hopeless and I felt miserable. And if you experience this right now, that can be a real reason why you don't have any interest to your life. And what important here to understand is that how you see your reality, how you see your future right now, it can be changed. You can change your limiting beliefs, you can improve them, you can rid of them. You may let go of any negative feelings that you experience right now. And your past and your present, I mean, what is happening right now in your material reality, it doesn't mean anything. It only means that this reality you observe is just like a projection that is showing you what feelings, what beliefs you have about yourself and about life. So there is no need to complain. There is no need to be a victim of the reality you experience. You just need to take full responsibility for yourself and for your life, that if you have created this environment around you, these events, these situations, these people, this maybe some problems, you also can change them. Because when you change what you feel, and especially your deepest feelings, for me, these deepest feelings were depression. It was also about feeling miserable, feeling like a loser. And I had a very deep work with my mindset to change it, to let them go, and to start feeling more free, and to start feeling more, let's say, positive emotions and positive feelings in my life. So you can change it. You can change what you feel on a daily basis. You can change what you believe in as well. I mean, your beliefs. As I mentioned, your reality is a projection not only of your feelings, but also of your beliefs. And when you change what you believe in, what is your truth? When you change, this belief that life is hard and you need to hustle, you need to work hard, something is not possible for you, when you truly let it go and you just give yourself a chance to think more in an expanded way. If you want something, you have all the abilities, you have all the resources to achieve it. And by changing it, you give yourself a chance to truly experience it, to create opportunities that will help you to manifest what you want. Because if you were not able to create something, you had not even thought about it. So when you do a very deep work with yourself, with your consciousness, with your feelings, with your beliefs, your interest to your life and to yourself, to opening your eyes and creating everything that you want, is coming back to you, because you start to show yourself that life is not only about struggle, it is also about experiencing it, living in the happiest way you can possibly can. The next reason that can be is when you lose any interest to the old way of living, to the old way of mindset, thinking, behaviors. That was exactly in my case, because I, for a very long time, was working on growing my business, online business. It was my YouTube channel in Russian about spirituality, about Akashic records, and for some time it worked for me. Believing in this spirituality, working with people as the Akashic records reader, creating courses, educational programs, and it worked for me for a very long time. But when you always want to improve your life and yourself, you face with a situation when things that you believed in are no longer working for you, and your consciousness expanding every single time. And how you see this reality, what you believe in, what tools you use changes as well. So in my case, I promised to myself that I will work in this area, that I will work in spirituality for a limited amount of time. But that was interesting for me, so I decided to take it to the fullest, to grow it, to put all of my energy, focus, and time into that business. But I remember that one day I opened my eyes and I felt that no, it's not working for me anymore. I want more. I want to be famous worldwide. I don't want to be famous only in one country or around people speaking only one language. I want to achieve my highest and biggest goals. That's why I became no interested in my business anymore. So maybe this is exactly what you experience right now. Maybe you're not interested in your job anymore. Maybe you're not happy and you're not interested in your partner. Maybe you're really exhausted and tired of the environment you experience. Maybe you just need some time to rest. Maybe you just need to refresh yourself, refresh how you see your life, your business. Because I took a break for a month, but after that break, it was not working for me anymore. So yeah, in my case, it was a very transformative, let's say, of decision to stop lying to myself and creating an illusion to myself and to people that I'm interested. I'm not. So maybe it's your time to be honest with yourself and to say to yourself, yes, I'm not interested in that partner, business, job I have right now, and I want changes. And we often, when we feel some emotions, when we experience some feelings such as losing any interest, we start to see that it is not only about one area, about one thing in our life, it is in general that we lose any interest to our life. But maybe everything is simpler and you're just not interested in your old job, in your old relationships. Maybe you just need changes in that area, and in general you feel interest to your life. But because of that situation that is bothering you, you see that feeling not only in that specific thing, but in general to your life. So maybe everything is simpler, as I mentioned and as I explained in my case. But yes, during that time when I lost any interest in my job, it felt very depressive, and I thought that I came back to my old feelings, to my old emotions when I experienced depression, when I was very tired all of the time. But in reality, it was only about my job. So maybe this is exactly the same in your case. So also what helped me is not trying to push myself off my limits and force myself to feel interest to the things that I'm not interested anymore. So there is no need to force yourself. There is no need to overcome yourself. If you experience some emotions, if you experience some feelings, this is what exactly you need right now. Your soul, your consciousness, you can call it however you want. I don't believe in life lessons because I think and I truly believe that we create our destiny, we create our lives. But on the same time, sometimes we need some feelings, some situations to start changes in our reality, how we see this world, how we create our lives, and how we and what we do on a daily basis. So maybe in your case, it means that you need some time to rest. Maybe you worked so hard for a very long time. That what is exactly in my case. I worked so hard, especially during the time when I was pregnant, when I gave a birth to my child. I had no days off. And even when I gave a birth to my daughter, on that day I had a work to do. And I'm not complaining right now, I'm just telling my story that for a very long time I worked so hard, and I had moments, when I really hustled for a very long time. And that was the reason of my exhaustion, that I was not even able to get out of my bed. And everything that I wanted is to just lay down in my bed and do nothing. So maybe you are exhausted, maybe you're tired, and you just need some time off your job. You need some time off doing anything. Just relax, just enjoy doing nothing. Maybe this is exactly what you need. Because when you're exhausted, you cannot experience high vibrations, positive emotions. It's impossible because you feel this exhaustion every single minute. Everything you want is just lay down and do nothing. So give yourself that. This is your need right now. This is exactly what you have to do. And when you're just relaxing, doing nothing, you start to create a very deep connection with yourself, because you start to observe the thoughts, the feelings that you experience, and your patterns that you continue to create over and over again. And all of these things, this is exactly what is creating your reality. So when you change them, again, I will mention it more and more for you to understand it to the fullest. When you change what you feel, when you change how you react to your reality and to your own thoughts and feelings, and when you change what you believe in, your thoughts, you change the reality you create in your life. So maybe that situation is just your time to finally relax, to enjoy doing nothing, and to look deeper into yourself and to create this lovely and deepest connection with yourself and with your soul. And in my case, that time of doing nothing gave me a lot of breakthroughs about my biggest goals, about what I truly want to create, what I truly want to do in this reality. I finally had a time, a moment to see my life from the bigger picture, to come back to my biggest goals, to come back to the things that give me a lot of inspiration and motivation. And because I was, in that hamster wheel, in this vicious cycle of working harder, creating more content, working with more people, I had no time to think about what I truly wanted. And when I stopped, when I gave myself a time to do nothing, this was the biggest breakthrough I've ever experienced, because I finally connected with my highest version and with my biggest goals in that life. So maybe this is exactly what you need right now. And the last tip that can help you is think about what you have interest to right now. Maybe it is something that doesn't seem meaningful right now. Maybe it is just a little thing. But if it gives you any motivation, any inspiration, any interest, this is exactly what you have to do. So in my case, I knew for sure that I want to talk about consciousness, that I'm interested in learning more about consciousness, that I'm interested in implementing this knowledge into my life. How can I create the reality I want? And it was not about, any popular stuff like manifestation or all these tools that many manifestation teachers are talking about. It was about a deep understanding of consciousness, of how the reality is truly created. And I gave myself a chance not to force myself coming back to spirituality. I just let myself to be interested in new topics, in new things. But if we talk about something that seems small and not meaningful, for example, I knew for sure that I love to go for a walk with my family, and it gave me a lot of feeling that I'm in the present moment and I'm not thinking about my future, about what will I do with my job. And because even in the moments when I was tired and depressed, I always helped myself to go for a walk with my family, knowing that it will help me. So, for example, in your case, you may feel an interest to something bigger, like exploring new things in your life, explore new topics, explore new types of businesses, explore new adventures. And at the same time, you may feel an interest to changing something that may seem small in your life, like implementing new habits into your life, like implementing new kind of rituals into your life. But when you start to experience things that give you any interest, this feeling of having an interest to your life and to yourself will expand and will become bigger and bigger every time you do it. And this is the point of doing it, to experience it even for a minute, even for an hour a day. But the more you do it, the bigger it will become in your life. So the more interest you will feel, not only to one specific thing in your life, but in general to your life and to yourself. So what you feel right now will someday end, and you will experience new emotions, new feelings, and you will create the life that you truly want. So write down in the comments if you have any thoughts, any tips that helped you to let the situation when you're not interested of your life and to come back to the desire to improve your life, to the desire to create what you want. I know that it will be helpful to all of us, and thank you so much for watching this video. I'm so happy to doing what I'm truly love and what I'm passionate about. I will see you in the next videos.